Welcome to our weekly chat. Kath here is a finance broker who specializes in helping people gain financial security through property. And myself, Tricia, is a financial coach, and I have a mission of family connectedness, creating peace and harmony around the dinner table instead of stress and anxiety due to money worries. We have been friends for many years and know how to chat and have opinions on a broad range of topics. That will always come back to family, property, home, gardens, Tricia, not necessarily Kath, sport, Kath, not necessarily Tricia, money, entrepreneurial adventures, and so much more. Welcome, Kath. How are you today?
Welcome. How are you, Tricia? Very good today. So on Money Matters, what are we talking about today?
Money matters. Well, I thought that seeing as we were coming up towards the end of the year and the uni students are finishing up their exams and looking for jobs, that I might actually talk a little bit about how they've been living on, maybe 30 grand for their part-time jobs while they've been at uni.
Yeah.
And when they go out into the workforce next year, or whether it's next month, whenever they start their position, that they might be on 60, 70, 80 grand, depending on their career path, or more for a first year out. Some professions, I was horrified when I saw that on a client's statement the other day. It's like, oh my God, they earned so much the first year out. Absolutely no money saved. And I went, I really need to look at this, because you go, oh, got some money, freedom, go and spend it. And then they go, I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah.
So bringing it back around to, you used to live on 30. Let's give yourself 10K pay rise. And guess what? Save some money. Fancy that coming from Tricia's mouth,
and the thing is, as you said, all of us have a knack of spending what we make. We don't really learn about that budgeting side of things. So it's so critical when you first come out of university or you start working and you've earned nothing. Like you're basically getting by with literally nothing. But as you said, give yourself a bit of a pay rise, but then also be sure to put some money away. Make sure you put a little bit extra away. And then before you know it, when you are ready to buy a property, you're then in a position to do so. Because as we know, everybody needs some form of deposit or what we call genuine savings. So firstly, back to you, Trish. So how are you recommending them to do that around budget planning and spending before we get into the genuine savings?
I suppose it comes down to going back to what we spoke of last week, of your values. What is it you're valuing? Are you wanting a cultural experience? Are you wanting to travel overseas at the end of the year or in a couple of years' time? Have a think about what you would like to experience or do. If you want to buy a house and that's your main target, and then you'll spend, go and travel, then that's your value or what you want to do, your goal, and your values support that goal. So, I reckon, give yourself a pay rise, but be conscious in what you're spending. And that's it always comes back to. We call it lifestyle creep. People get a new pay rise. Everybody thinks that I'm poor because I don't earn enough money, or I'm in debt because I don't earn enough money. Where if you turn it around, you used to live on 40 grand, 50 grand, 60 grand, whatever it was. You're now on 100 and you're still spending everything.
Yes.
So it is that understanding why and where it's going, and consciously spending. I can't say it enough,
Yeah. And it's definitely working towards getting some money in the bank. And whatever that money is for, that you want to use it for, it may not be to purchase a property. It may be to buy a car. As we know, if you can pay cash for a car rather than getting a loan for a car, that's more positive. So, looking at all of those things and attributes and, probably ready for me to get into talking about genuine?
Yeah. No, please do. Gen savings. Yeah.
As a mortgage broker, the banks are very particular about genuine savings. And genuine savings means that you've saved money over a period of time. And with the banks, well, most banks, because there's always the exception to the rule, that you save those funds over a period minimum of 3 months. And they want to see that those funds have come from you. They've not technically been gifted to you. And something as simple as the first home buyer's guarantee, you do need to have 5% genuine savings. So if you make a purchase on a property of $500,000, you very much then need to have, say, $25,000 worth of genuine savings. Yes, you want those savings saved up over a minimum of 3 months. And as you said, if you've got $80,000 and you've been living on $30,000, you give yourself a $10,000 pay rise to $40,000. You've technically got, you still got tax coming out of that, but you've already got that $25,000, $30,000 in saving on your own. So, you're in a position then, whether you're with someone or not, if you're both doing it, you're doubling those funds to nearly $50,000 in a 6 to 12 month period, so it can, even though 12 months may seem like a long way, but it's showing a genuine intent to actually get yourself into the market or to buy what you want to buy and banking that money itself. So there are different ways that you can have genuine savings. You might be paying rent, you might get gifted some funds or an inheritance, but those funds do need to be in your bank account, usually for a minimum of 3 months. So your best way, or the most positive way of doing this, is showing an amount each fortnight or monthly.
It just sort of creeps up and grows, doesn't it?
Usually growing. And the banks love that because it's showing a particular intent to do that. So, yeah. So I think that's pretty covered off on what we needed to discuss today. And
short and sharp. And it's not, I'll just digress back a bit.
Yeah.
It's not just about coming out of uni and now having spare money. Lifestyle creep's a real thing where people, they get a new job or a pay rise and they buy a new car. And fair enough, if you need a new car, absolutely. But do you need a $80,000 car?
Yeah.
Can you buy a $50,000 or a $30,000 car? Are you carting kids? Are you carting animals? Are you just on your own? You've got to look at all those things and safety and everything else that goes along with it. But lifestyle creep is a real thing that people earn more money and they spend it. And if you can just, wouldn't it be lovely if you said, all right, so we can have 2 date nights a month rather than 1 because we've earned a little bit more money, but put that money directly on your mortgage.
Yeah.
Because even though you've got a 30-year mortgage, it doesn't mean to say you have to keep the sucker for 30 years. Like I really like with my clients saying, okay, when would you like, what's your goal? When would you like to pay this off by? And give them the figure that they need to put towards it so that they say, no, I'm reducing that debt and I'm going to pay it off in 10, 15 years, because then I've got all that extra money that I can do other things with.
Exactly. And as you know, that then grows into investment properties or holidays and things like that as well.
Yeah. And your superannuation or whatever you might be financially advised to do, which we are not doing.
Yes.
But, you'd need to have proper...
We're here to have a chat, go through what money matters that we're here to discuss. As we said, you being a financial coach, me being a mortgage broker. We would love for you to send through any questions that you may have. Smash the like and subscribe, and we're here to have a chat and give us some ideas of what you would love to chat about. All right, that's it.
Excellent. See you next week, Kath.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.